In the fast-paced world of tech, clear communication isn't just some nice-to-have skill, it's absolutely essential. Today, we're going to sharpen one of your most powerful tools for clarity, pronouns. Get them right, and your projects run smoothly. Get them wrong, well, you could be looking at some pretty costly mistakes. Okay, let's just jump right in with an example. The developer spoke with the tester, and he found the issue. So, who's he? The developer? The tester? The moment you have to stop and ask that question, communication has already failed. This one tiny word creates a huge question mark.
And that is the real problem here. In our field, being unclear isn't just awkward, it's expensive. It can lead to bugs being assigned to the wrong person, features getting built incorrectly, and literally hours of wasted time just trying to get on the same page.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why this is so critical in your day-to-day work. Then, we'll build out your core pronoun toolkit. After that, we'll cover the golden rule for clarity, dive into some advanced uses, and finally, we'll debug some of the most common communication errors you probably see every single day. All right, Section 1. Let's really hammer home just how critical this is. You might not actively think about them, but pronouns are absolutely everywhere in your work. I mean, think about it. From the software documentation you're writing, to the bug report you just filed, to that quick Slack message you sent about a project update, pronouns are the glue holding it all together. They make our language efficient, but only when we use them precisely. Okay, time to open up the toolkit. Mastering these 4 fundamental pronoun types is really your first big step to communicating like an absolute pro. So let's break this down. First, you've got your subject pronouns. They're the ones doing the action. They reviewed the dashboard. Then there are object pronouns, which receive the action. The client emailed us. Next up, possessive adjectives. These show ownership, but they always come right before a noun, like in our system is stable. And finally, possessive pronouns also show ownership, but they stand on their own and replace the noun, like this server is ours. And here we go. This is the absolute foundation of everything we're talking about today. The noun that a pronoun refers back to is called its antecedent. If your listener or reader can't find that antecedent instantly, you've created confusion. It's that simple. So that brings us to our golden rule. Every single pronoun must have a clear, obvious, and totally unambiguous reference. Let's see what that actually looks like. This illustrates the problem and the solution so perfectly. Who is she? The manager? The client? We have no idea. And the fix is so easy. Just use the noun instead. Remember, clarity always wins over trying to be concise with a confusing pronoun.
So, what do you do when you're talking about a generic person, like a user or anyone? Well, the modern and honestly the most widely accepted solution is to use the singular they or their. It's clear, it's inclusive, and it avoids those really awkward constructions like his or her. Now, collective nouns like team or company can be a little tricky, but here's the key. Are you talking about them as a single unit or as a group of individuals? If it's one unit, use it. But if you're highlighting the individuals within that group, then you use they or their. Awesome. Now that you've got the basics down solid, let's look at some more advanced forms that are going to add a lot more nuance and power to your communication. Reflexive pronouns, words like myself, yourself, himself, they've got 2 main jobs. The first one is when the subject and the object of the verb are the same person. I taught myself. The second job is for emphasis, to really stress who did the action. The developer fixed it himself. When you're speaking generally, not about anyone specific, you've got options. One is pretty formal. You is perfect for giving instructions or explanations. It feels direct and clear. And they is great for talking about a general, unnamed group, like a company or some other organization, All right, the different forms of other can trip anyone up, but the logic is actually pretty simple. Another just means one more. Other needs a noun right after it. Others can stand all by itself. Use the other when you're talking about the last of 2 specific items, and the others when you mean the rest of a specific group. And hey, mastering these common phrases will make your English sound so much more natural. Expressions like each other for when people do something together, or in other words, for clarifying a complex point, these are incredibly useful in tech discussions. Okay, it's debugging time. Let's look at some of the most common pronoun errors that pop up in emails and docs all the time, and let's fix them right here, right now. Here we go, bug number 1. It's with an apostrophe always means it is or it has, always. The possessive form, the one that shows ownership, never, ever has an apostrophe. So the system owns its settings. Bug number 2, misusing a reflexive pronoun. Remember, you only use myself when the subject of the sentence is also I. Here the subject is she, so the object is simply me. And here's one last common bug. When you mean one more, the word is always another. It's just a combination of an and others squished into one super efficient word. So let's bring all this home. Look, this isn't just about picky grammar rules. This is about being a more effective developer, a better manager, and a stronger teammate. Truly, clarity is your professional superpower.
Okay, so here's what you really need to remember. Pronouns need a clear path right back to their antecedent. Always choose the right tool for the job, subject, object, or possessive. Embrace using singular there for clean, inclusive language. And just remember, every single clear pronoun you write makes the entire team more efficient.
So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Think about the last email or project update you wrote. How could you apply these rules right now to completely eliminate any chance for confusion? Go back, find one thing, and make it clearer. Do it right now.